On to week number 16, but that was a very stressful end of week 15 there with that Dolphins and Pittsburgh Steelers game. Depending on what side of the fence you were on with Achan, that was almost unreal. That was simulation type stuff where it's like, how could you be facing Achan? I had one Best Ball Mania team hanging on, going against Achan, and I'm so torn, rooting for him, also rooting against him at the same time. This is fantasy football. And how crazy was it? Seemed, you want to talk about seeming fixed. It seemed fixed that Achan kept getting fed at the end of that game. And I was rooting for him, not rooting for him. I won by about 1 or 2 points. If one of those receptions at the end of that game were to Achan, I would have lost that Best Ball Mania team. But wow, what a stressful. I'm sure a lot of people that had Achan were rooting for the final production that they got there. Very weird coaching decision, trying to call timeouts and rush that. Even at the end of the game there, they blew the whistle. They're trying to get off another snap. It was very, very wild how that was being coached. It seemed very crazy. Waller going crazy in that game. So we'll wrap up the Monday Night Football game between the Steelers and the Dolphins. We'll talk about Week 16, answer all your questions. Open phone lines. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
That was almost Heartbreak City for me right there, watching my favorite best ball team that I have gone through. It's the one that I've shown you guys a couple times, the one with the Pitts and Bijan beginning. Scored 162.6 in the Best Ball Mania, promo code Smitty. If anybody wants to get in on the playoff drafts, if your season's in the tank and you're like, I'll see you next year, Smith, you don't need to go anywhere because Underdog, you can draft a Week 16 team that's Week 16 based. You can draft a playoff, an early playoff team. We might even get in a draft tonight. I'm going to pin that link in the live chat. You can get your Week 16 and playoff fix right now. Nothing's over. Code Smitty, use it at the bottom. You see the code? What a finish. I tell you, I was so torn. You know, I've got teams where I have Achan and I needed him to score, and I had teams where, and I found myself trying to pick between what I was cheering for. And at that moment in time, I was saying Achan got me enough in my other leagues, and he was going to screw me in the Best Ball Mania team that I have sitting there. I had about, I don't know, 40 plus teams in the first round. I had Gibbs, Mahomes, and Burrow, and Bucky, and Buka on pretty much a majority of all of those teams. And I probably got, I'm sure out of all of my different teams, I've had some big boards. I had 8 big boards, 8 little boards, 5 to 10 Best Ball Manias, whatever the hell the number was. And pretty much 80% of them all got knocked out of round 1 because of Burrow, because of Mahomes, because of Rashee Rice, who I have on about 80% of those teams. Patrick Mahomes was on 75% of all of my best ball teams. And sometimes you live and die by that. I'm not scared to go all in and brute force a player onto a lot of my rosters because when it hits well. I mean, Mahomes carried me in a majority of all those teams that made it into the first round of the playoffs. So you can't complain about a player taking you all the way down to the wire. What a crazy finish that game was. Darren Waller in some cases saved people, in some cases put a nail in the coffin for other people. DK Metcalf 55 and a touch. Kenneth Gainwell covered on the higher as we predicted he would. What was the let me see if I can find the number that DK was. What was the DK Metcalf? So Gainwell was 28 yards rushing. We hit that over. Congrats to anybody that tailed that, and congrats to anybody that tailed the DK Metcalf. So these are the 2 picks right before the game. 55. Oh man, 50. Yeah, 55. He hit it. He barely hit it on that one. I knew he hit it because I had it, but I didn't know if it changed right before I submitted mine or something. But yeah, so congrats to anybody hit those. Darren Waller exploded in this game. Achan had a good day, 6 for 68 and 60 yards rushing, no touchdowns. It was a good day at the office, you could say. Anytime you're getting about 18, 19, points at the office is pretty good. Waller, 7 for 66 and 2 touchdowns. Tua Tagovailoa, 2 scores, 1 INT. Aaron Rodgers, 2 touchdowns, no INTs, 224. Gainwell was a really, really strong play. 7 for 46 is fantastic. So hopefully a lot of you made it into your championship. I see some doom and gloom. I appreciate all of you. So Smitty didn't set any lineups besides his own. Why anybody saying that? Called into the show and listened to you never again. Okay, Joe. See you later, Joe. Congrats. Joe's out of here. No, Joe. Don't go. Called in the show and listened to you never again. Sorry, Joe. You make your own bed, Joe. And my one decision doesn't lose you a league. It happens. It happens. Once every 100 people probably going to get upset at me and blame their problems on me, and probably there's definitely people that are going to ask 50-50 calls of me. 50-50 calls. Get it wrong and say no problem. It was my decision. And then there are other people like Joe. They're going to come in all caps and say, I'm out of here. Never again. You got my 50-50 question wrong. So I'm leaving because I need to blame somebody. Can't blame myself. So if I blame you, it will be all good. Then I will feel better. Yeah, Joe's stock is definitely...
Stock on decline.
Sorry, Joe. Let's see here. Big shout outs to the chat. Thank you all. Said it could go with Gainwell over Warren. Round 2, here we come. Well, Corey ended up getting the right advice on the channel. When we talked about starting Gainwell over Warren, that worked out well, Joe. Jeez, man. Smitty, I placed 20th in this week's $15 $7 main slate. Nice job, bro. Nice job. Nice job. 20th is nice, bro. Congrats. We're going to have some good war stories here. Some of them bad, like Joe's. Joe definitely not feeling good. Joe blaming Smitty. Joe, have you replied yet? Let's see what Joe's saying. Never again. Never again, Smitty. Never again. You lost me. You lost me round 1. Started Hampton over Wandell. Hampton over Wandell. That's what you're mad at me for? A 50-50. This is like a 40-40 call. This isn't even a 50-50 call. This is a 40-40 call. Joe. Wandell over Hampton. You're mad at me because you started Hampton over Wandell. Wandell did better, and you're mad at me, and I lost you your league. Joe, I'm sorry, but Joe, for absolutely nothing. Appreciate you. Jeez. Let's see here. What do we got? Mikey, $2 holler. Can we trust cigar smoking Joe Burrow? Bro, it depends on what you're dealing with, man. You know, what is your alternative? What do you got? What are you working with, my boy? Because it certainly is gonna dictate.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We gotta restart our system here tonight because things are acting haywire. can't even get my soundboard is all crossed. We're crossing streams on the soundboard. Oh man, let's see if I can fix this. Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, super chats. Let me answer these. Can we trust Joe Burrow? Depends on your alternative. You're gonna need to give me examples, my boy. Live but lost Pat. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Even in my best ball mania, I got Joe Burrow and Pat. I could have been happier walking into week 15. And now I'm trusting Joe Burrow's headspace. But I think Joe maybe bounces back this week. So let's cross our fingers on that one. Survived round 1 roster. Lawrence, Gibbs. Lawrence is playing great. Gibbs, Achane. Gibbs will be fine. Achane will be fine. Adams, Achane was fine. Adams, that one's rough. DK, Harvey. Yeah, you did good. You've advanced, but losing Adams is rough. Absolutely rough. Racing Boy, I think you still got this, though. Your team is really good. My reverse psychology works, Smitty. Told you, Racing Boy, you'd be back in here super chatting, my boy. Racing Boy, what did you need? You came in and said, Smitty, I guess I'm not going to win. I'll see you later. I apologize for not being around much lately. I didn't study a lot, but the season's over, and he totally reverse psychology the hell out of that one. People always looking for someone to blame, but it's themselves. They don't have to take ownership. They don't take ownership. 5 stages of fantasy grief. It is what it is. Like, I understand it, but Joe's like going about it wrong. Like, Joe's upset. He didn't like the advice I gave him. It was a 50-50 call. And I probably even told him that's close, bro. You know what I probably told Joe? I bet you I told Joe Hampton is safer, or Hampton's higher risk, high reward. Wandell PPR cheat code is safer. Less upside, but safer. I probably told Joe that exact same thing. And yet he's upset at me because he heard what he wanted to hear and then got upset. Any ideas on emergency QBs? You're going to have to give me the list, Dub. I can't just spit out, names of people that are going to be rostered. Like we're playing a weird game there. You gotta give me as many as you can. Of course, you got Mariota. Of course, you've got potentially, you just gotta have to give me a list of guys, bro. There's no way I can spitball your league. So give me a list of all the potential free agent players. The waiver board, as we talked about it last night, I have that in front of me right here. The waiver board is as follows. We had on the QB list: Brissett, T-Law, Purdy, Kirk, J9, Stroud, and Shuck. So if Shuck is available out there, search for him. Those are the waiver guys. Stroud or Brissett or Burrow next week. Brissett's probably safest. Burrow, high risk, high reward. Much higher reward potentially, but Brissett's been so steady, bro. So steady. It's hard to go away from him. Survive Pitts and ETM with T-Law, McBride. Nice job. Racing Boy says, needed Warren less than 11. There you go, bro. Appreciate you. Glad to see you back here tonight. All 5 of my teams are going to the second round. Thank you, Smitty. Thank you, Ray. Give Joe a testimonial for me, okay? And then I'll put it on screen. So address just Joe and tell Joe why he should come back to the channel. Although I don't know, Joe wasn't very kind, but I'm very forgiving. I'm a forgiving guy. I am. Very forgiving guy. BBQ says swapped Warren for Gainwell on your advice and only lost by 15 instead of 35. Moral win. Congrats to that Buzz for advancing. Gainwell was a nice play. He's so steady, bro. He's so good. He looks so good. He reminds me of Dowdle and Chuba revitalizing in Carolina, who ironically has 2 of those types of players. Not trusting Tyler Warren in the second round, have Kincaid. I'd probably go Kincaid. Should I start him? Although Knox proved to be productive. Yeah, Knox ain't bad either. Or scoop up Parkinson, or Waller. Waller, he keeps getting better. Waller, Parkinson in that order. Waller looks good. Although we got to monitor that was it a knee injury that he may have had or got twisted up, but he came back in obviously. But look at Waller, Parkinson in that order. Parkinson's been so steady, bro. So steady. What a wild finish. My teams, the teams that I have advancing, let me see if I can find that roster and send it on over Red Rover style. Man, what a gifted memberships, 20 gifted memberships from BBQ.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Let him cook.
My boy BBQ. He's 12 days of BBQ miss. What day are we on? BBQ of BBQ miss. Been literally dropping loads of joy for I think 4 or 5 straight days already. Here's the squad that I have. I'll put it on the screen here and show you. This is I lost all my other my best ball manias. Full transparency. Lost all of my best ball manias except for this one, but this is my best one. I'd rather have this one than having like 15 ones I don't love. So this is the one that advanced best ball mania, first place in my grouping of 12. Scored 162. They give you $70 for advancing. They give you like, I don't know, 25 or $50 advancing the first round. Then you get into the big boy round here. I lost Mahomes, absolutely devastating. Lost Penix Jr., absolutely devastating. Cam Ward, who's that? Joe Burrow, Cam Ward outscored Joe Burrow. Cam Ward carried me this week at QB, but at least I got 2 QBs to do that, right? So Joe Burrow, I have faith in Joe Burrow in 2 more games. Bijan, destroyed. RJ Harvey, serviceable. Brian Robinson Jr., it's very possible he gets into a touchdown. Charbonnet, I kind of like that, but Rashard Smith ain't going to help me. JSN, love it. Michael Wilson's playing like a baller. Luther Burden, I'm going to need to count on. Travis Hunter out. Kyle Williams, who the hell is that? Yoshi Voss, who the hell is that? Kyle Pitts, McBride, and Fannin. There's my flex right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I smell meatloaf.
So this is my best, and that's really good. Like, you get into a lot of best ball teams that have made it this far, you have some sort of problem, like the Mahomes thing. But at least I got Burrow to cover it. There's always some problems. You know, Travis Hunter, you know, Rashard Smith, he isn't helping me. Kyle Williams and Yoshi Voss, those guys aren't helping me. But this is a really, really solid squad. So hopefully it goes through. Man, it was almost a tearjerker for me there at the end watching it, because I'm rooting for HN. And the weird part is, anybody know what I'm talking about here? Where you get double spanked on both sides, where it's like HN doesn't score you enough in one of the leagues you have, but he scores enough to knock you out of the other, and then you don't go anywhere in any of them. Like, that's where it's teeter-tottering on HN, not helping me enough in a couple leagues that I did still need him to do more, and he didn't. So if he would have done just a smidge more, I would have got knocked out of my Best Ball Mania team, the only one I left. And then it would have barely missed in helping me in those other 2 leagues that I still needed him in Best Ball. They were Best Ball. They were not Best Ball Mania, but they were like big boards or little boards, big boards, or puppies. I was cycling through them. But that's what I was dealing with. It was just that you're on the edge of not even, you're just saying why. Like, this has to be a simulation. There's no way this kind of bad luck can hit, you know, one individual person. And everybody in fantasy feels that way throughout the year on some level, you know, but you always inward look, and you look at a $20 hauler from Onion. Onion, appreciate you dropping the $20 hauler, you absolute straight monster. He says flex PPR, one flex, 2 second round, Burrow, J9, Gibbs, Hendy, Bucky. Love those 3 running backs. Harvey, geez, Bucky again. You got 2 Buckies. That's fantastic. Rice, Buka, Evans. Very, very. I believe that Rice will still survive with Minshew. We might even see Rice do better this week than he had been kind of playing. So you know, this could be, I don't want to say good, but it could be a nice shakeup for Rice. And then Buka, I still believe in, like, especially at this level. Fannin, Strange, tough call there. Check out the waivers. You're telling me the waivers right here. Parkinson might be the way to go. Waller, Parkinson in that order. Pick up BTJ as well. You'll have a dilemma between BTJ and Buka for a lot of other people, and that's probably maybe the safe move, the way the Jaguars are playing, but I probably would find myself starting Buka, but that's me. But man, I like what you got there. This seems like a championship caliber team to me, especially if that's not best ball. Best ball, you're facing so much more fierce competition as it gets narrowed down. So if that's in a regular league, you got probably the best team or second best team that could easily knock out the best team that may have just lost Mahomes or whatever. So congrats on that. Ron Navy, you are live.
What's up, Smitty?
Hello.
I'm just getting my voice back.
Yeah, Ron had laryngitis, right? Man.
Yeah.
I didn't lose my voice.
Know,
I didn't lose my voice this year. I usually lose my voice around.
Oh.
I didn't lose it at all.
Yeah, knock on wood, that don't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm totally out. All my best balls are officially got, even though I had Pitts.
Yeah.
The person in my round, and there's only 5. I was only playing 5 teams in the Superflex, right? So I only had to beat 4 teams. But the other guy, I had Kyle Pitts, but he had Trevor Lawrence, 50 burger, and one of the top running back, I think it was Robinson. Yeah, Robinson. And I got totally.
Yeah, I have a lot of teams that are in the first round. And I'm looking at them all. It's so sad. It's like second place, third place, a couple of 6th and 8th places, but
Yeah.
I'm looking at a grip of second places. It's depressing. I'm just sitting there like, and again,
right?
some of it was Achane, a lot of it was Gibbs, a lot of it was Mahomes, a lot of it was Rice, connected to Mahomes. Second place here, 10 points off for getting first there. Jeez, man, that's my bigger board. I really wanted to advance on that. And then I've got on the big board, I have one first place team there left. That's good news. I was down on that one. How close was that one? Let me see. That one was pretty good. That was a pretty good win. That one's got Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Trevion Henderson, Kyron, Blake Corum. That's a nice little combo to have in best ball. Breece Hall, Charbonnet. That's nice. Naylor was my number one wide receiver this week. Egbuka, Pickens, JJ, Naylor. That's kind of nice to have that split. And then my tight ends are Kyle Pitts, Higbee, Conquo. That's pretty good. That one's advancing on the big board. But I had 7 eliminated of the big board today. Jeez, man. I got everything eliminated. I got a second place there by 1 point. Less than 1 point. Come on, bro.
But see,
Jeez. Aaron Rodgers. All Aaron Rodgers needed to do. Aaron Rodgers is my starting QB because he outscored Mahomes, obviously. And Aaron Rodgers needed 1 point. 1 point, I would have advanced on that one on the big board. I got another second place here. 4 points, 3 points, 3.5 points. I got another big board. Jeez, I'm not even going to look anymore. It's depressing. Big board. Little board. I got one on little board that advanced. I had 7 get knocked out on the little board. That one I have Dart, Mahomes, Dak, ETN, Bijan, Kyron, Rashi Rice, Tyreek Hill, Egbuka, okay, not bad. And then Naylor and A.D. Mitchell, not bad. And then I've Kyle Pitts and Tyler Warren. So that one's pretty good on the little board. So little board, I got a bunch of second places there. Congrats on the second places. Son of a bee, bro. And then little board 2, first place. Okay, so one of those advanced there. That one has Dak, Burrow, Shadur.
The little board, they only advanced 1 or 2 spots?
I'm pretty sure
I thought like the little board and stuff, they advanced 2.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me go back to the little board then. Hold on, little board.
Go double check that because I thought they advanced 2 get advanced.
Okay, cool.
I could be wrong.
Little board 2.
But there are.
Okay, you might be right here. So this one's got Burrow, Dak, Henderson, Kyron, Sharbs, Scattaboo, Blake Corum, Jamar Chase, Pickens, Coker, Isaiah Bond, Ridley, damn it, Kyle Pitts, McBride. That one's pretty good. I feel like I'm scared, even though I'm losing like Mahomes on many of these. I still feel like I got a full lineup, and some people that advanced might have been like patchy. I feel pretty good about that. So I think that's 4 so far. And then fourth quarter, come on, give me a first place, baby. Give me a first place. Do 2 people advance in the fourth quarter? I want to win this one really bad, the fourth quarter, because I had some really good teams. Fourth quarter. Here we go. I'm looking at it. Come on, baby. Yes. I got a star by it, so they must advance 2.
Right. There's some tournaments do that in Underdog. You gotta pay attention. Some are just 1, like best ball's only 1, but some of them are 2.
The fourth quarter, my advancing team is Josh Allen, Mahomes, Baker. That's good. Obviously, Mahomes sucks, but Henderson, Barkley, R.J. Harvey, Emmanuel Wilson. That's kind of crafty. Demarcado. J-Mo, A.J. Brown, Jaden Reed, Booty, DK, the Titan, Ale Manor, the Titan, Brandon Ayuk. I think I autoed on Ayuk. I remember that because I've drafted Ayuk almost 0 anywhere, and when I autoed on him, I'm like, damn it! If that one advances, I got to show I got Ayuk on the team. Travis Kelce, Loveland, and Harold Fannin. That one's pretty good. Josh Allen, Hendy, Saquon Harvey, J-Mo, A.J. Brown. I like that one. So that's my best ball. Full transparency. I like people to know where I'm at. Because it's you're human, like I I didn't advance 50 teams into round 2. I advanced like, I don't know, 30 to 50 teams into round 1. I don't remember the exact.
Well, round 1 is actually the regular season. Round 2, you mean? Round 2 is
okay.
when you advance into week 15.
Round 1 of the playoffs, I advanced 30 to 50 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then in full transparency mode, because it's easier to look at. Here, I can't go through that many teams. Like here, when it gets nailed down, I usually kind of tell everybody what I've got. So I've got, what was that, 5, 6, 7, something like that advanced out of all the different. So it is what it is, you know. Like I'm still proud of that. I'm still happy about that. I mean, the fact that I had so many teams that got knocked out by Gibbs, Mahomes, Rice, like that happens. You have to brush it off. You got to brush it up. Those that want to quit fantasy, and Ron, I don't know if you're one of these people right now, so I apologize if this hits hard. But those that want to quit fantasy football off of a bad year just need to be reminded that the reason you got into it was for the challenge. So why not take let's say someone has the worst year they've ever had. Take that, learn what you did to make that the worst year. And if it was all busting and injuries and you don't really feel like there's anything you can pinpoint, then run it back, and we'll run it back even safer so you can avoid some of the pitfalls that may be hard to avoid, but you can maybe avoid them a little bit better this year. But nobody should be quitting fantasy football over a year where 50% of the top 40 overall busted entirely or were out for the season injured. You know, you just can't get mad at yourself when there's a season like that, because 50%
I'm not mad at myself.
You're mad at
I took your opinion and drafted players you told me to take, so it's your fault.
Yeah.
I'm Joe.
That's what Joe thinks. Joe's pissed off. Hold on. Let me answer these real quick. New Age Outlaw, you got a Rumble rant, bro. I got a Rumble rant. Thank you, Outlaw. I'm sorry about my Rumblers. Rumble rant over here from JT. JT with the 20. No, I don't have a Rumble. I have a $20 Rumble rant from JT. JT, thank you, my boy. I appreciate you. JT, Landman, New Age Outlaw. Those are my usual suspects over here on Rumble. We've got Mauled. We'll call you Big M. Some of your names I don't know how to pronounce. Big M over here. Appreciate you. And this one from JT. JT, thank you for the $20 Rumble rant. Smitty, my man, Hebrew Hammer here. Oh, I keep forgetting this is Hebrew Hammer. I don't know why I can't piece together all your guys' different names across platforms. It's so hard for me to remember. I keep forgetting JT's Hebrew Hammer. I don't know why. Hebrew Hammer here. I love that he reminds me, though. Said ETN for player of the week, 14-man, half PPR, Dak CD, Nico T, Evans, Gibbs, ETN, Tootin, Strange, Evans, or T. T's in the protocol still, I believe, as of this minute. So you got to go Evans until he's fully cleared. And even then, I still go Evans. I don't think I can trust T. Higgins right now. But can we address that later in the week when we feel a little bit better about where T is at right now? But he's currently in the protocol. Did we put, who was the
Gunner Player of the Week.
It was Buka.
Brought to you by Gunner.com.
Ron, I'm going to let you, since you're, you're, I want to say royalty or I don't know, veteran here on the channel. You get to pick the Gunner Player of the Week this week. Who are you picking?
Gunner Player of the Week?
Yeah, Gunner Player of the Week is who we're trying to project to be the like a start that everybody needs to throw in. Let me merge Travis. Hold on. Let me merge Travis in here. Okay. Yeah, the Player of the Week is like you're trying to predict a performance that, you know, if anybody's questioning playing this player, better not. Give us like two options. Give us two options we can vote on as a chat. I'm gonna switch my.
Okay, but you want a high known player, or you want any player?
Somebody that people are struggling with a little bit. You know, like Rico Dowdle or Rashi Rice, because they're like, I don't know about Mahomes now, or a Mike Evans because you're still like wavering between, like something like that. Give me somebody.
Oh, okay.
Joe Burrow. You know, McBride's already. We know he's going to blow up. This is kind of like a. Sometimes we're going to miss on this one, but this is like let's believe in this guy. I changed out my gunners, by the
Well,
way.
I think, everybody, I think this last week's game, and including me, I was a little worried if I drafted Michael Wilson because of the defense facing the Houston defense, but he did well. He did well in that game. So if he can do that good in against Houston's defense, I definitely play him. Don't sit on him.
All right, let's put. I mean, I don't think many people will sit him, but that's still okay to put a player at that stature. Because
people might, because if you got Michael Wilson and you got Najigba, and you got to choose between the two, who are you going to choose?
All right, let's put him on
Najigba, right?
Yeah, of course. But can't.
Najigba actually did worse than.
Yeah, but Ron,
Wilson
we're not sitting JSN for Wilson.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just using that as an example.
Okay. So we got Wilson up there.
Wilson
is the gunner player of the week. I like it. I don't even think we need to vote on it. He's a kind of a, I think, overall favorite in fantasy right now. Everybody loves him. You can't. How can you not love him? So we'll put him on there. Hebrew Hammer. So thank you for this, for the $20 Rumble rant. Evans for me, and my mind could be changed if we hear great things about T, and there's something that will shift my thinking. Like, let's say Evans is really sore from getting banged up twice in that game, and we got to look back at it. But I think Evans is probably the safer play. But can I reserve the right, Hebrew Hammer, to change my mind and come back to me before kickoff of that game? I just don't want to lock it in right now. Thank you, New Age, for dropping the $2 hauler to let me know about that, and thank you, New Age, for all the gifted memberships over on Rumble Rant. Over on Rumble lately. You've been absolutely amazing dropping those. Thank you, Landman. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, New Age. New Age to the moon. All right, let me hit these super chats real quickly, then over to Travis, then back to Ron Navy. This one here, Bowers versus Texans or Waller versus the Bengals. I think you've got to go Waller right now. That's crazy, but Texans are it's a tough defense, man, especially for an offense that can't move the football. It'd be different if it was like a baller offense that's been just killing it, but we're talking about how is Bowers even going to get the football. 1 by 1 point. My championship is next week. Need a solid tight end. Fannin, Schultz, Waller, Parkinson, or Tyler Warren. Look, we got 2 weeks left, so we got to be able to adjust and adapt. We'll always start our studs, but we have some unique situations like Waller's Houston matchup, like Tyler Warren's Rivers situation, which doesn't appear to be as safety net, safety blanket as we think, although it could change this week. It just could have taken 1 week for them to jive. But I think Waller, Parkinson, Warren in that order, then Fannin. But all of those are great calls. Don't be surprised if you get that wrong or you pick like the number 2 player out of that grouping. It's certainly possible. And who am I replacing Adams for if he doesn't play? Options are DJ Moore, Myers, Price, and A.D. Mitchell. Travis, if you could look up Adams real quick and see if there's anything released in the last hour or two, what the most update is, because I haven't been on the news this hour on Adams. And then I'll come
beyond the week to week.
Yeah.
Beyond week to week.
There was no change or update the last hour. Okay.
I'll double check.
I mean, my guess is Adams is missing, almost certainly missing 1 to 2 weeks. I cannot imagine the way he pulled up and dove to the ground to avoid causing any more pain. He was going through such a bad injury that he just dove for the ground. Like, he couldn't get down quick enough when he was running for the ball, and then he just dove. It was that painful for him. And he's older, and that was not just like a cramping or a strain. That was something he struggled with for weeks, and it was just tingling. And if you've ever had that tingle in your calf or especially your hamstring, it's eventually coming. That tear is coming. That injury is coming. Now, it could be a 4 to 6 week type of injury. He could push it 3 weeks, play in the playoffs. We'll see. But he's most certainly not looking likely to play this week or probably next week.
I think it's going to be a 3 to 4 week.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it should be.
Yeah, they want him right for the playoffs. They're not going to risk it.
Yeah.
They got plenty of other guys that can go in there because they still got Puka, which was scary too yesterday when he took that
It's scary every time.
Backwards and stuff. I was like, oh shoot.
Every game is scary if Puka plays. He's always getting hurt. Every game. He's not going to last long in this league. As much as I love Puka, we love him to death. That guy's been in the locker room or the blue tent more games than he's played, and that's not just being funny and exaggerating. That's an actual accurate way to depict it. But yeah, so who are you replacing? DJ Moore, Myers, A.D. Mitchell. I'll probably go DJ Moore right now. He can be spotty though. Understand he can go from 2 TDs in week 15, which he just did, to getting nothing in the next week, but they still like him. He's still very versatile. Probably would lean on that because you could go A.D. Mitchell for safety, but I don't know that you can't call DJ Moore safe enough to say give me the upside of DJ Moore's 2 TD games. He's a multi-purpose player, like a utility knife that they'll give carries at the goal line. They'll give carries. He lined up as a running back in the offseason for not just 1 or 2 trick plays. He'd line up for a whole day at the running back position. They just love DJ Moore. Cut 1 week 16, Genty, Harvey, Evans, Terry. I'm cutting Scary Terry probably. I'm not going to leave Harvey out there for somebody to beat me with Harvey. But Terry's hard to cut. He's a nice player. I assume this is like a league where you're chopping. I would say Terry. You're going to cut somebody good like Harvey or Terry. Give me Harvey on my roster, even if I'm just protecting myself from facing him. And by the way, got this far tuning in every week since the beginning of the season. Smitty, your advice came through. You're the man. 10-5, advancing round 2 of the playoffs. Congrats on that. Appreciate you, and nice job. Nice job.
Let's go, mashed potatoes!
All right, one more super chat, and then back to Travis, and then over to Ron Navy again. Cut 1 week. Oh, I just did that one. Okay. Travis, you're live.
So I know we got to see how the week goes and everything, but as of right now, would you start A.D. Mitchell over Alec Pierce?
A.D. Mitchell over Alec Pierce. I think you almost have to until. What did Pierce get last week? What was his final line?
Wasn't very good. Hold on, I get it right.
Everybody was kind of bland with Rivers out there, but Rivers was fun to watch.
One target, 1 reception, 16 yards.
Yeah. So I think, and then 0, obviously, TDs. So that was 1 target, 1 reception, 16 yards. I just don't think we know what he is with Rivers. There's no way for me to envision if Warren didn't do much. Yeah, I think it's just, I think, yeah, who even knows what happens if they can get AR5 back, like for not this game, but for the next one, like if they just rotate them and then there's just even less of an idea of what's going on. I think one person is going to do well and have a touchdown. I think Rivers is certainly capable of like a 151 and 0 INT type of game. That's just, he looked really good for what he was doing. For given how much more mass he's bringing onto the field, he looked like who was that quarterback that was like super, wide? The best word.
Super wide.
The hefty lefty.
Yeah, hefty lefty.
What was his name? Jared Lorenzen or something?
Yeah. Like that's what it felt like. He was, man. And I don't know if you know when he did his like. Huge. Rivers, like he go, when he did his like leg kick, it's gonna look real different on replay for him when he watches it. It was like slow motion. He was trying to kick in the air and he just can't even move out there. But yeah,
Plunkett and hit day, he was chunky.
Yeah, Plunkett. This one here, Burrow or Bo Nix this week. What do you think about that, boys? Bo Nix was fire. He was fantastic. And let's keep in mind, as sporadic as he's been a top 10 quarterback almost the entire fantasy season and was a top 5 quarterback for a big chunk of the fantasy season. And he had 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and the Denver Broncos look fire right now. So what are you guys thinking on this one? You risking Joe Burrow's mental state right now? Or do you say this is going to be a bounce back game for Joe just to go out there piss people off that lost their playoffs, and it seems fitting, right? I could see Ron, you're mad at Joe Burrow's performance, maybe not at him, but you're mad at the performance, I imagine. And I could just see you saying, that's just my luck. Joe Burrow has 7 touchdowns after I didn't need him anymore. Like that seems like it's.
Yeah, I mean, I have him, and it's like, but it's not all his fault. I mean, you got to look. I mean, he's been sacked more than anybody. I mean, he takes more abuse, and he's kind of like they compared it to the Andrew Luck story, right? You get tired after taking so much abuse for so long. You just you're always injured. You're always battling injuries. You try to get back, and you go on injury again. And I could see where he's in that mental state right there. So
yeah,
I play Knicks.
Knicks, okay. Chat vote Knicks. Everybody's
feel great about it. But.
Yeah, everybody's voting Knicks in the chat. Lily, you got to almost go both.
I think Denver. Well, we'll see. The Jags are playing well, but I think Denver might go on a little run here. It seems like they're starting to get it together.
I'm glad. Don't take me wrong, Travis, but I'm glad the Patriots lost this week.
Yeah.
From a fantasy football perspective.
Travis is
because
why?
Well,
why
here's the thing, Travis. Because from Underdog, Best Ball, the Mitten, and all those, the Gauntlet, I don't want them to have the first round bye. I want them to be playing, so I want to be able to load up on like Allen and New England players and have them play the first week.
His long compliment. It's like a roundabout. It's like, hey, I'm glad you broke your leg, Travis. Otherwise, we wouldn't have met.
Yeah. I didn't want them to lose, but they had to lose at some point.
I just don't want them to have the first round bye. I'd rather Allen be available, Mayo be available, Henderson be available, Cook be available for those playoffs for the fantasy, for under. All right,
fantasy. Hold on one second, boys. Hold on one second. 1 QB, 1 tight end. Stafford, Love, Purdy, Pitts, Waller. You got to go Stafford. I know Purdy's been playing very well, and there's a chance that that continues. Of course, this is Monday night against the Colts, right? Yeah. So there's definitely a chance that that's the correct matchup, right? Yeah. So Monday night against the Colts. I mean, there's a chance he could do well, but I don't think I'm sitting Matthew Stafford. He's just been on fire all year. But
it is a tough matchup.
I know.
Seattle. Right. And Thursday night.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. I don't know.
So on Adams, that's even less likely he plays because I doubt Adams turns around for a Thursday night game. Devontae.
Yeah, he's definitely out for at least 2-3 weeks minimum, in my mind. Guys, are you going Stafford or are you going Purdy? I'm not going Love. Stafford or Purdy? I wouldn't hate the Purdy call if you wanted to go safe. Because he's probably going to have 2 touchdowns, probably run for 1, throw for 1 or 2. It could be a 3 TD game for him. So, but it would be hard for me to sit Stafford. I mean, Seattle can be, they're tough. They're certainly tough.
Have an MVP year.
Yeah. I mean, losing Adams does suck, but I just don't think I could sit. I don't think I could sit Stafford. And then this other question, Pitts or Waller, I think you have to go, well, damn, you don't have to go anything. They're both blow up tight ends right now. I'd say give me Kyle Pitts because Waller could get injured at any moment. He did get injured in the game. He came back in and played well, but I don't know. I think I'd be more concerned about Waller getting hurt mid-game, and they're both very good plays. Flea Nice with a $20 hauler, my boy Flea.
Super chat alert.
Flea, thank you for the $20 hauler, my boy. Appreciate you. He says 1 full PPR. Need lineup 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. Burrow, Harvey, Hendy, Buka, Jamar Chase. Adams is out. Okay, so you just need 1 extra player, Fannin. I mean, you don't really have. There's not really an option for me to do anything here. Like the only thing you have is you're starting Buka and Chase, and then Adams is out, and Fannon's your tight end. So we're talking about the 2 wide receivers are locked in. So this comes down to Woody, who's banged up, Bill, who's playing great, and at least he did this week. But we got to see if Rodriguez plays. If Rodriguez plays, then you can't play Bill, I don't think. But if Rodriguez sits, you might go Bill. But Charbonnet probably. I mean, that's that Rams game. That's a tough one. That's also Thursday. Do you guys like Charbonnet on Thursday night at home against the Rams? Do you like Bill on Saturday at home against the Eagles? Or Woody Marks, who's been banged up and gets banged up more than Puka Nacua? Every single game, Woody Marks is injured. He visits the tent, but he's got the Raiders. He's got the Raiders, and it's in Houston. Oh, my God. I guess if Woody plays, you got to go Woody. But, yeah, I mean, I guess you do. But, damn, he's so hard to trust right now because he keeps getting hurt, and he didn't have the best game. So that's a tough call. But I think we need to weigh that out as the week goes along.
A touchdown at least, right? He had like 13 or 14 points or something.
Yeah. But the yardage was like 30 yards or something like that. I forget what it was. But, yeah, the touchdown helped. I would say Woody for now, Flea Nice, but let's revisit this. I think, like Charbonnet, let's say Walker is banged up or, I don't know. We definitely have to revisit it. Right now, you can lock in Woody for now, but we have to monitor his health as well. Last super chat, then back over to Ron Navy. I mean, set 1, week 16. Harvey, Genty, Evans, Terry. Harvey, Genty, Evans, Terry. Set 1.
Set 1?
Yeah, if I'm picking 1 here, I guess Evans is the safe call. Harvey's the higher risk, higher reward. I like Harvey.
You mean he has to sit only one of them, and he's playing the rest? Set or sit? I don't know.
He said set, so let's do both. So I'm gonna put Evans in, I guess, for right now, but I do want to say Harvey. And if I'm sitting 1, and you don't mean set 1, I would probably sit Terry. Same thing as, you know what? Genty. I'm sitting Genty.
Yeah, against Houston. Genty versus Houston.
Yeah, sit Genty. Sit Genty. But I wouldn't cut him, but like if you're saying sit 1. Okay. So sit 1 Genty. Start 1 would be Evans or then Harvey, and I could really rotate that. Thank you for the super chat.
Now, what if he's meaning start 1 running back, Harvey or Evans and Terry? You're going to do...
I don't know. I can't answer them.
And you're going to set
all day.
Genty, right?
He can clarify if I didn't get it right, but I think that's what he wanted. What we got it. He said set. And we answered it sit and set. So he's getting 2 or 3 different versions. Right. So he's good. Let us know if we got it wrong. Imagine me answering every question like 7 different ways. New Age Outlaw gifted a membership over on the channel. Thank you, my guy New Age, for dropping that, and then thank you all my rumblers over here, just rumbling away. I think I may have gotten
Rumble.
New Age gave another gifted membership. Thank you, New Age. All right. I don't know what else to say here to Ron Navy. Ron Navy, you got anything else?
Well, actually,
Thomas getting fired.
I don't want me and my buddy.
Okay, go ahead.
Me and my buddy. He's a Miami fan, diehard Miami fan, and me, I'm the Steelers, right? So we're both rooting for our teams to lose, so our head coaches will get fired. And so he won that one. He was all happy because his coach has a higher chance of getting fired than Tomlin.
Yeah, if they keep. We got to be careful what we wish for here, though, because just like, and Ron, I'm not saying you were necessarily right or wrong in it. And hold on, let me merge Rock out in here. But I'm not saying you're necessarily right or wrong. But everybody wishing for Kirk Cousins not to return to Minnesota has been bitten since. You want to watch a train wreck? Here it is. This has been a train wreck. We can hate Miami Mike all we want and say that the offense lets us down at the end of a game and HN doesn't get as much work when the game goes awry. But you got to be careful what you wish for. If Miami Mike McDaniel's out, HN's role could change. This is a very, very good running scheme quarterback or head coach. His running scheme is fantastic. It's Kyle Shanahan tree. It's absolutely the second, third best potential rushing scheme, maybe even you could say top 2 in the National Football League. So you get what you wish for. No, Miami Mike McDaniel might be no improvement. It might be a bad coach turnover situation. Like, I don't think I want him going.
I don't think he's going. I think they're keeping him.
Yeah, I don't think he's leaving. If he leaves,
you know what I think is going to happen, Roman?
He might not. He might not.
I think Tomlin's going to leave.
He's wishing for.
I
think Tomlin's going to leave on his own, so he can say it was his decision.
He's got to. Yeah, he's got to.
I hope he does.
There's 0% chance they fire him, but I think that they're going to have a departure, like a mutual, for sure. Like that. That's
he'll get hired right away. You know,
especially if we go to the playoffs again this year and lose and out the first round. He definitely is, because it's going to be a repeat of the last year, and he can't stick. I mean, he has to have a deep run into the playoffs to consider it being a success.
Where does he go? LV? Tom Brady?
They dump Carroll.
Go.
Tom Brady
definitely move on.
He could go to LV, but I think LV is more likely to bring Gruden back. There's big talk about Gruden and Carr hooking back up again in Las Vegas.
Carr? Oh, God.
If Gruden's given that opportunity, yeah. Derek Carr. And his brother's out there saying that he's ready to go. He can play.
They're going to draft.
I'm just saying that's not my opinion. I'm just saying what's out there.
That would be Pete Carroll bringing in Geno Smith all over again. That would be the dumbest move known. I'm not saying it's your idea, Ron. I'm just saying that would be the dumbest move known to man. The dumbest move known to man.
But that's a Raiders type of move, though. That is something
that's
that the Raiders have done in the past.
Could the Raiders do it?
Could
the Raiders do it? Yes.
I don't think it will be, because they're going to bring. As of right now, they might be the first team that needs a QB in the draft.
We're going to bring him Adam Gase as the offensive coordinator. We're bringing in John Gruden, which we're excited about, but then Adam Gase just neuters the whole idea. And we're bringing in Derek Carr. You're going to bring in Derek Carr in. He's going to be our QB. He's a tough guy. We'll give him a big fat contract like Geno got. Unbelievable.
I could see Tomlin going, what if Miami did fire him and Tomlin took a Miami job, or Tomlin took a New Orleans job?
You better hope not. The way that
New Orleans is keeping their coach too, I think.
I don't think Miami Mike is gone. There's been a lot of chatter.
Or what if he goes to the Jets? What if Tomlin goes to the Jets?
Good luck, because that's cursed. There's no way to turn that around. There's zero way.
I'd love it, though. I'd love to see him go to the Jets.
I wonder how many jobs there will actually be. I don't know how many jobs there's going to be. I mean, Giants need a guy. Maybe Cleveland. Arizona should get a new coach.
Yeah, Cleveland. Or what if he goes to Cincinnati? What if Cincinnati fires their coach and hires Tomlin? He stays in the AFC North.
I don't know. All right, boys. I'm going to clear the line out. Ron, you got anything? Final thoughts?
Yeah, it's just we're heading toward the end. Travis, I didn't mean any disrespect to your team. It's just I don't care. I want to see them May and them available in the first round to play the fantasy football stuff. So that's all.
Respect my team all you want. I don't care.
Yeah, Travis doesn't get heat.
No, I know, but I'm not, because they're good. They're really good this year. No, but
Travis is calm, cool, collective. Hey, Travis, your vehicle is getting stolen outside. Oh, really? Okay, I'll be right outside. Hey, Travis, you won the lottery.
I know. Every time I break into his house, he never says anything.
Yeah.
I break into his house, and he doesn't even know I'm. He's just like, oh well, it's just a cat or something, or a cow, or a cow. A cow just broke into my house. Oh well, it'll see itself out.
All right, Ron. We'll see you later, bro.
All right, later, guys.
Rock out before I hang up here. Let me go to Rock out real quick. Rock out, I forgot you're there. I'm sorry. You're live.
Apparently, in some of our groups, I got like one or two in the puppies.
Travis, call back in. I hung up on Travis on accident. Sorry, Travis, call back in. I'm sorry. You can go ahead. Rock out. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What'd you say?
Yeah, apparently I got like one or two in some of the puppies in our group.
Nice. A couple puppies. You have any?
I got one, and I think you and a couple got like two or three.
Yeah, I forget how many. I haven't looked through it all. I think I got like some total of 5 or 7 or something like that left. I lost a lot of them. You know, I had a lot of Jahmyr Gibbs, Mahomes, Rice, Joe Burrow. A lot of those players on all these teams. So it is what it is, you know. And the good news is, you know, might be a blessing in disguise. A lot of the other teams that have those players are knocked out. So let's say Gibbs has 3 touchdowns, because he does that one week. 0 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 0 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 0 touchdowns, 3. That's how he plays. This is rotational. It's crazy. But if he ends up having a huge game, there'll be less people that have him, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. Anything else, Rock Out? Congrats on the teams.
So, what kind of discount you think we'll get on MSJ going into next season?
MSJ, who's that?
No, Marvin Harrison Jr.
MHJ.
MH.
Marvison
Harrison.
Harrison
I
Jr.
think right now you get him free. I don't think discount. You just draft him at the end of the draft. I don't know. Maybe like round 7, 6 right now. Now, if something changes, and you know, then sure. But I don't think you're getting. I don't think you're having to pay anything for him right now. I'm not saying the end of the draft. I'm just joking. But there's no way this guy's going to the first 4 rounds. So you're getting him as a steal. 7, 6, 7 right now. Just something's got to change for him to get vaulted back up.
Yeah, hopefully you get like a decent quarterback other than Brissett. He's not like the long-term future, but he was all right.
I mean, 30.
I think he might be there for a few years.
Yeah, I mean 30.
33.
He's not. You give someone 5, 6 years. It's a lot. You know, 4 or 5 years. I guess 4 or 5. Probably what he get you.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Marvison. We'll see what Marvison goes for. Marvison and Genty. Janti and Marvison. They're yeah, they're both going to be discounted greatly. They'll get discounted greatly, but for good reason, for 100% good reason. And Genty's not somebody I would draft high at all until I see his situation change, because he can't. It's not his fault. He's handcuffed, but I'm not going to draft a handcuffed player, you know. So we'll see what his discount is. All right, Rock Out. Anything else? If not, call in tomorrow.
No, I'm good.
All right, later, bro. Congrats. Later.
Yeah.
All right, Travis, any final thoughts?
Just quick. I was going to actually ask about MHJ. If he comes back this week, would you play him or A.D. Mitchell?
I think we just need more information. I can't really say yet. I mean, A.D. Mitchell for now, until we know what that looks like.
Right. And we'll talk more in the offseason, but if you had to guess right now, do you think any of like MHJ, Rome Odunze, AJ Brown, do you think any of them get traded potentially?
I mean, I hope Odunze goes to New England. I'm going to be pushing for that all offseason. It's not been uttered or voiced by anybody but me.
Amazing.
Completely fabricated by me.
Perfect.
There's zero news on it. But I believe that Odunze is the best talent that's most expendable and most doubted by his team. The problem is these teams like Shador in Cleveland, even though you can rip on Shador all you want, I think he deserves to go somewhere else and try getting set up properly, because he was not set up. He was set up for failure. But these teams are like, you could offer him the world and be like, no, we don't want it, but we're not going to use him, but we don't want to give him up. And so I don't know if Odunze will be available, but he should be traded because they drafted Burden. That's going to be Ben Johnson's guy, and Odunze. They better get rid of him.
Loveland.
They better get rid of him.
Yeah.
We'll see though.
And like you were saying earlier, as a Bears fan, like, I understand you want all the talent you can get, but it's going to be harder for Burden to flourish if Odunze's sitting there taking targets. So don't think get something for him,
And we'll see if JJ gets traded, but getting traded is going to be tough for JJ. JJ's not an easy player to trade.
They have
not only
problems too.
Yeah, not to mention because like trading that kind of player away is devastating to your franchise. Like you were literally saying, like, you got to look at the locker room, John. The locker room in Minnesota doesn't give off the vibes that they're trying to rebuild anything. They're just trying to tweak it and get it to where it needs to be. They don't believe that they need to blow anything up. So your vision of JJ getting traded is going to get squashed. His dead cap is $72 million, John. There's almost a near 0%, if not negative percent chance that JJ can be traded in 2020. Now, I said that and then I took it back on Burrow, but Burrow would redo his contract. I do not believe JJ would redo his contract. Joe Burrow would redo his contract. It's a very rare player and situation that would create that kind of situation. But 2026 dead cap is $72 million. There's almost a 0% chance that JJ could get traded.
Yeah. And I think if I read it right, I'll double check, but I believe going into the 2026 season, the Vikings are negative $26 million in cap space. I think I'll double check it. So they already have some stuff around. They can't take a dead cap hit like that.
Yeah. All right, my boy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks, Smitty. Later.
DTX says, awesome show, Smitty. Won my week with House Call Hendy, McBride, and Wilson combo leading the way. Congratulations, DTX. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you to all my Rumblers, too, that are over on Rumble. Let me pull that up and just make sure I've got no pending. Again, New Age dropping the gifted memberships. Thank you, pal. Thank you, JT, for that $20 hauler. Thank you to all my Rumblers that are over there right now. We got 16 people streaming on Rumble right now. That's great. I mean, those are small numbers, but we're growing Rumble. And Rumble is going to have a standalone show. It's going to be a phone call show. It's going to be fantastic. And if you're not subscribed to the Rumble show, you are going to miss out because the Rumble show is going to be popping. And it's growing now. You're going to be a part of something from the ground up. Here's the link if you on YouTube want to subscribe to it. And again, we won't just multi-stream to both. And you're like, oh, let's watch it on YouTube. The shows in this 2026 that I plan to have near daily are going to be Rumble exclusive only. So doing it live, not on Rumble tonight, Smitty. Yes, Bear, go check it out. It's live right now on Rumble. Crazy to pick up Shuck and start him over Burrow and Lamar. Crazy? Not crazy, but I'm starting Lamar. I understand, the feelings. At home, they need to win the game. They have to win the game. At home on Sunday Night Football. Spotlight game. Patriots, Ravens, I'm here for it. The Jets, Chuck at home versus the Jets. Anything can happen, bro. But I'm starting Lamar, and I'm not even hesitating. If it doesn't work, I'm not even mad at myself. It's the right play. He's been more productive than lately. Look, Lamar had a third touchdown again that should have happened that didn't. He's the best QB on waivers. You don't need a QB off waivers, Blazin. You've got Burrow and Lamar. Like, I get what you're trying to do here, but you're trying to get cute is what you're trying to do. Chad, am I right or wrong? I mean, this guy's like, this is the best one on waivers I can find. Like, as if he's got the Mahomes problems that a lot of you and I have. He's out here trying to scour the waiver wire for a quarterback. He's got Lamar and Burrow. What are we doing? What are we doing back there? Thank you for the super chat, though. But no, I'm not picking up waiver wire fodder and putting it in the lineup over Lamar Jackson, who could score you 40 points on any given Sunday. Rumbling, fumbling, stumbling. Appreciate you, Caps, over on Rumble. How many people we got on Rumble right now? We got 17 now on Rumble. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to end the show on YouTube and continue streaming on Rumble for a little bit. Maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes. I don't know. Maybe longer. So right now, get on over to Rumble. Here's the link. We're going to end the show on YouTube. I'm going to stay live on Rumble. We got 400 people in the building over on YouTube. So let me pin this link on the way out the door. We're going to stay over on Rumble Live just to promote it, get people over there, understand how it works. Click the link. It's free. Click on the link. Go into Rumble right now. On that note, we'll play House Call Hendy on the way over to Rumble. And so if you want to hear the rest of the song, you better pull up Rumble right now. Here's House Call Hendy as I switch over. Thank you, YouTube. Appreciate you.
Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby. Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby.
Nice job, Ron, Corona. Got in the 6th seed. Face the team with this. Hendy. Thank you, Corona. All right, I'm ending the YouTube stream now. See you on Rumble. Ending YouTube now.